Hi, I'm Mark Nelson, and this is my Lidar final project for Missouri State University Geo 572. So what is Lidar? It's light detection and ranging, and it works by putting out light waves that pulse off objects and return the sensor. The amount of time it takes is used to compute the distance traveled, and I think that's pretty sweet because I believe it's the future of the surveying world. I've surveyed the past 3 summers using total stations and a GPS. I've done flood jobs, railroad topos, and a whole bunch of different type of survey work. But I really truly believe that LiDAR is going to change up that industry in the next 10 years and become huge. And I think it's important and will save engineering firms money from sending people out in the woods with a total station, chopping line just to get sight to get readings on the ground for elevations versus you can fly a drone over a forest and it will get some shots all between the leaves and get ground shots just like you would chopping line with a total station. And I believe it would be faster and more profitable for engineering firms. So my final project goals, I wanted to use some LiDAR data to help determine where the best layout for a mini drift track on my uncle's property would be. He has about 40 acres in Missouri, and this track would be designed for drifting, and in drifting, the more turns are the better. So what is drifting? It's sliding the rear of the car around a corner. You typically enter a corner so fast that you have to slide through it, and there's no way you would have enough grip to make it without the rear end sliding out, and I think it's a whole lot of fun. So here's an example of me drifting. Here is Lafayette County, which Odessa is located in, and here's Google Earth of kind of where the property is. To give you an idea, there's some creeks coming through, and it's right off this road. Then you can kind of see the road in the LiDAR data and the creeks and some of the elevation changes. With this view, it's about 4 times exaggerated what the actual elevation changes are, but you can definitely see it's not flat. And I think that would be pretty neat for a drift track to have some elevation changes. So here's another view. You can kind of see 3 ponds to the left of the road, then that slopes down towards a creek. Then on the other side of the creek, there's a way flatter area, and I think that would be a lot safer of an area to drift so you're not sloping down and possibly running into a creek. And here is a view looking north kind of from the side of the property, and it slopes down quite a bit from the road. It's kind of hard to tell in this view, but it does drop a little over 100 feet in elevation. But to the left side of the property, it's a lot more open and flat, and I believe that would be the best placement for the track. So here's my layout for it. Has some turns, and I think it would be quite a bit of fun. And if you go off track accidentally, which will happen eventually, you're not going to end up in a creek, which would be a really bad situation. And there is some elevation change there. I would have liked to been able to export this data into some sort of Autodesk and actually Autodesk program to actually draw out this road and give you guys a better view of it, but unfortunately the program that we use with the school doesn't allow us to export in a file that's capable to do that. But yeah, this is my location for this track placement, and I think it would be best here on this side of the track. I mean, this side of the property, because it is the flattest with some elevation change too. And thanks for watching my presentation.